Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Looks like today we get to do something kind of fun. This could be extremely frustrating, but you know, what isn't in life? We got ourselves 750 gold right off the bat. Yeah! Because we're so good at this game! And the other thing is, sign up ends in 33 hours for the Midweek Magic Phantom Sealed event. And I think this is going to be really fun. So we'll go and look at the gold and we'll knock that out. But we're going to join this event right here. Announcements was kind of addressing what was going on with the kunai. People were using it to kill people, and now you're getting banned for 3 months. Should you have done that? And then they actually started taking some of the stuff that we're doing here and turning them into like little walkthroughs that you can check it out and see what's going on. So, okay, if you like to read, um, I don't know that I don't know that that's going to pay off as much as they want it to, but who knows. Anyway, we're headed to the Midweek Magic, which is a free event that happens every week, right in the middle of the week. And the point of it is to get you an opportunity to look at some of these other events, the limited events. A lot of times are what we see in here, something like the draft I think we did last week. We didn't get a chance to keep the cards. This is something called a phantom draft, which means that we're not going to be able to keep all the cards. But we do get an opportunity to play with the cards. And when we win, we get a rare, and when we win, we get a rare, and then we get a cosmetic. So you can't ask for more than that, right? Like a free experience that would normally cost you almost 2,000 gems to do a sealed event in. You get an opportunity to jump in there and do it whenever you'd like. So that's what we're going to do. This is the Shadows over Innistrad remastered new like event that they brought back, which means the cards that we're going to be drafting here are from 2016 for the most part. And that means that we are not very familiar with them. I have had an opportunity to play with them a couple times because I did do a few play-in events over there. And what I found is you really need to change your play style. There's a major difference between like the Brothers War and attack, be aggressive, use heavy removal, and go, take those free lanes. This one's more about like developing a board, developing characters, and then really picking the highest amount of value time to use things because there's lots of board pumps. There's lots of tribal synergies that exist that can kind of change. What didn't look like a threat 3 turns ago and you were just letting sit there has suddenly found its way to growing up to being a 5/5 or something like that. So, I don't think it's as bomb heavy, although there are cards that are broken in here, and I don't even know all of them. But it's not as bomb heavy. It's really more about that ability to build that board state. I've lost lots of games where I've gotten somebody down to 2 health, and I've had 20 and then lost because their board got developed to a point where I just couldn't get past. Vice versa. I've been able to stabilize and come back, and it's really exciting, but it can also be very frustrating if you're on the other end of that. So let's take a look. They're going to show us 6 rares, and I believe we get 2 extra, if I'm not mistaken. We'll take a look and see. Yeah. These are the rares that we got. That's fine by me. So what I see is a lot of green, and even some synergy between red and green here too, if we wanted to do it. And this is a colorless one, so we might have struck gold. Let's find out. A 3/5 spider. When it enters the battlefield, if there are 4 more hard types among cards in your graveyard, create 3 1/2 spider tokens with reach. So we're really shooting for delirium if we're taking the Graph Widow here. But target opponent loses 1 life for each spider you control. Oh, spiders, huh? If creatures you control become mana dorks. Kind of neat, actually. I would definitely play that. Whenever this creature enters the battlefield or transforms into Urlach of Cullen Horde, target creature gets a +4/+4 until the end of the turn. So when he enters the battlefield, you're granting a 4/4 to something, and then at the beginning of upkeep, if no spells were cast, he can transform, which turns him into a 6/6, and then also passes off the 4/4 back. Yeah, I think playing with Day and Night and the Werewolf, this has got to be one of the strongest Werewolf cards in the game. So I'm feeling strong about green. Another Reacher. Power and toughness are equal to the number of lands you control. When it enters the battlefield, you can search your library for a land card, put on the battlefield, tapped, and then shuffle. What the what the what? These games, they don't go fast. They're like, you can get run over, but for the most part, you're going to have some time to develop a board, which means you're going to have some. This is going to be a really big creature. So, Stud Lee. What do we got going on here? When you cast this spell, tap up to 4 permanent. So Emerge is an interesting feature. So normally this thing would cost 8 colorless mana to cast. If you do it for its Emerge cost, you sacrifice a creature, and then whatever its mana value was. So if we were to sacrifice this creature, its mana value is 6 because it costs 6 total mana. We would be able to spend. You get to subtract it from the 5, not the whole way across. So we would just be able to make this thing come out. We'd sacrifice this and turn it into this for 2 blue mana. Not the best example, sorry. Create 4 1/1 devils. When they die, they also deal 1 damage. More useful than you think. Can really give you a flow around defense. So pretty solid. Just scanning through some colors to kind of see what we ended up picking. I don't see some of the key white cards. I do like the Fiendbinder a lot, and I do like Borrowed Grace a lot. I'm not the hugest fan of either of these. This is not for me. Not for me. Maybe. It's pretty good, pretty good, but just kind of eh. And then a 3/3 flyer for 5 isn't amazing, but if it does have a Delirium, it becomes much more. So a Delirium-dependent flyer is really the only drag towards this. The rest of these little battle tricks and stuff, there's not enough humans in here to say, oh, we've got the human synergy deck, let's go. Blue has, looks like a Spirit, a Fogwalker Spirit, just 1 copy. Jace's Scrutiny, just 1 copy. Only 1 copy of Take Inventory, which makes this card not so good. If you had multiple copies of it, it's a different story. And that's it. So blue looks completely unplayable. There's almost nothing of value in here. Ouch, Kabibbles. The Tattered Haunter is a decent early flyer body, but that's about it. Alright, so things that go bump in the night. It's actually kind of a fun card if you're doing black-red, like with the vampires and stuff. A good removal spell, a decent body to throw on the ground, can meld. A flying 2/1 that can't block. Okay. Again, if you've got the red, it can be a lot more stronger. She doesn't look that kindly, does she? Pick the brains. Only 1 more vampire in the deck there. Not good. Well, let's just really hope that red and green are great, because so far I haven't seen anything in the first 3 colors that have said, oh yeah, let's leave those rares behind and come this way. So, wolves. We know we have a werewolf. We know we have a Galvanic Bombardment. That's always a good card. It gets better with more copies. Would love to have seen 2 or 3 in there, but it's okay. These are good. I like a Menacer as a 2-drop body, and I like having a Hasty Wolf to toss down on the ground. Can be an interesting way to get past some blocks. There's 1 more, but again, more wolves, which is good. This is a mana dork that happens when you attack, which is fun. Okay, so it did look like we ended up with at least some decent wolf bodies in the red category. So we're going to add those wolf bodies here. Maybe, definitely. Sure, yeah. Draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. Just a 1 mana spell, maybe. Okay, so red had some playability. This is only really good if we're enabling madness along the way, so we'll have to take a look and see. I think the Faithless Looting had flashback. I don't think anything else has Madness. Madness is a mechanic where you get a chance to discard a card, and then when you do that, you'll be able to play it as an instant later. And a lot of times, what it will do is it will take the cost of the card down. So instead of being 4 mana, now this thing for its Madness cost is 3 mana. So you need an enabler, something that maybe taps and then does it. So there's like an opportunity cost, or some cards actually when they'll give you an opportunity to discard a card and then they gain a stat. In this case, it just moves 2 toughness to become 2 power over there. So it can be kind of interesting. All right, now let's get to the green. We have an interesting way to remove something from the sky. You get to untap a creature, give it +2/+2, and immediately have it block as an instant spell. I totally dig that as a secret trick. We have this, which we thought was going to be very useful. Return a target basic land from your graveyard to your hand. I don't see any reason why I'd like that. I do think this one's good, especially since Delirium was one of the things that we were considering that we'd want to shoot for. And since we will be playing the Wolf deck, we'll be using this. How's the human synergy looking? We've got 1, 2, 3. I like them though. Rabid Bites, man, we are full of removal. Some more humans that leave us something good. Here's another human werewolf, which just doesn't get stronger than that. Put a +1 counter on up to 2 target creatures, and then for white we can flash it back. We'll just hold on to it. I do think it's got some usage. I don't think we need these though. We do need that though. Grapple with the Past gets to mill 3 cards, then return a creature or a land card from your graveyard to your hand. I kind of dig that if we're going to be going for Delirium. And I think this guy really wants Delirium. So we'll hold on to you for a second. You gain 2 life for each creature card in your graveyard. Incendiary Flow is a really nice card. I don't know why I didn't immediately put that in there to essentially a Firebolt. Or an Obliterating Bolt, sorry. And then down here in the colorless section, there is just a lot going on. So let's sneak a peek. We have all these emerge cards in the blue-black category. Would have really, I don't want to say changed my mind about things, but a piece of equipment that gives +2/+2. Equipped creature gets +2/+2, and all you have to do is discard a card to equip it. I think we hold on to that. Sacrifice Soul Separator. Exile target creature card from your graveyard and create a token that's a copy, except it's 1/1 spirit in addition, and then you also create a zombie creature. So a 2/2 body for 3 that turns into a piece of equipment that requires another 2 to, in order, add a +1/+1, and it is really painful. 2 and 2 for a 1/1 is not great. It's not terrible, it's not great, but I don't think we're going to have a hard time in the toughness category. So we have a 17 land deck at 2.7 average with almost even Stevens creatures to non-creatures, right? So what we can do is this. And what that will do is that will remove all of the creatures and move them up here so that we can see like how many of these do we want to get rid of and how many of these do we want to get rid of. My advice would be to hold on to the creatures first and kind of go through and say, like, look for things like, well, Faithless Looting would be actually really good to give us an opportunity to get to Delirium. So we're going to hold on to that. And then Bombardment. This one, though, I can live without. We're going to hold on to that. We have got a lot of removal, too. I don't know. Between the Moonlight Hunt and the 3 Rabid Bites, I'm not sure we can hold on to everything. Creatures you control. We got a mill. Put 2/+1s. Incendiary Flow. My God. That we can get rid of. I can't keep them all, but I really like all these, like, I like them all. How important is ramping in our deck? Hmm. Hmm. I really want to get Delirium because of the Obsessive Skimmers and because of the Graph Widow over here. Um, there's a little bit of a payoff there too, but I'm going to need some more artifacts and enchantments. I do have this enchantment, but it's not going to make it to the graveyard, I don't think. I'm going to have some sorceries and some instants. And I'm going to be able to drop a creature card and an artifact in there. So if I had to cut 6, I think this guy gets cut. Because I think I'm going to do it with these spells and just the natural action of things. And I want to hold on to all these wolves. Maybe not all of them. Maybe not those two, actually. So we have 16 creatures, and any creature that I cut now, I'm going to feel it. I can cut one of these. So we need 5 more cuts. So as it stands right now, those 2 creatures are on the chopping block. And I should consider that being on the chopping block as well. What do you do with the wolves? When this creature transforms, you get a target creature. At the beginning of the no spells were cast last turn, transform them. When this creature transforms, you may have it fight target non-werewolf creature you don't control. At the beginning of upkeep, if a player casts 2 or more spells, you get to transform back. So essentially he's a removal spell. I mean, he's just in everything. But he doesn't need the wolf synergy on there whatsoever. But the Moonlight Hunt becomes much less important. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 if we do it this way. She's a human, though. Yeah, but that's okay. I don't have a ton of human synergy stuff. What do you think? What does she do? At the beginning of each upkeep, if a player casts 2 or more spells, transforms. She just transforms into a 4/2 body. I don't like that. I don't get excited about that. So the Murderer's Axe helps us with the Delirium piece because, you know, we'll have creatures, sorceries, instants. but we don't have much in the artifact category. And then land is going to happen on the mills or with this guy, and that's why I kind of wanted to keep him. Devil's Playground is kind of situational. The payoff isn't as big. This is a lot of 2-drop stuff, so I'm not super worried about the curve. These are some pretty decent things to be shooting towards, but you really want Delirium for this guy, so even though it's a 5-mana creature, you might want to consider it to be something that you might wait on just a little. These will help enable that. Spending the instants, spending the sorceries will help, all that kind of stuff too. If we can hold off on the Obsessive Skinners until we get the Delirium done, I feel pretty good. So draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards, and then we have a flashback cost of 3. I think that this thing is perfect for getting Delirium. And it might be all we need. Grapple with the Past is there just in case. And then the rest of it is just going to be, can we make it happen naturally? We do have enchantments that turn everything into mana dorks. We do have some go-wide strategies here. So I think we're going to play it. Let's see. We let the rares decide on this one just because there were so many concentrations of the rares in the color green that we were like, okay, let's head that way. And green by itself didn't have everything that we needed to make a deck, but red did. So we included the red into it. So we can see we've got a nice Menacer on turn 2. And we've got one of our Delirium payoffs here, but we can pump him up and we can bite him down. So let's go with the Menacer. And we'll hold off on the Delirium payoff. 2-drop has a Delirium that gives him Death Touch. So we're going to put our Whelp out there. If it attracts a removal spell, that's okay. So the Homunculus basically is a mana dork, and then at the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 3 or more instant sorcery cards, you can transform him into a 3/4. That's pretty solid stuff. I think we can hold off on it though, because I think I'm just going to attack like this and take that opportunity to put pressure on him. Fogwalker doesn't scare me at all. It's okay. Like I said, nothing scary here. Okay, that gives us up to 4. Can't really kill the Fogwalker right now. I think I can it can only when Fogwalker enters the battlefield. I think we're going to put them on the deranged Whelp, right? That's fine. What that does is put a card in our deal, and then I think we just attack. If they want to trade a block, I'm okay with that. It's a sorcery speed, but I don't like that guy. I don't want to deal with that. Let's see, he goes too. That's okay. We're going to be pushing some damage, hopefully. So we have 1 card in the bin. We don't, unfortunately, have the ability to get Delirium, but we're so far away from it that I feel like we should cast the Spider anyway. I don't have the white to do the flashback. We should have considered that. Maybe thrown a white in. That's fine. Let's go. This guy's got a bunch of... Oh, come on. He's playing blue counter magic the entire time. All of it? Jeez. Jeez. This is scary. Are we going to get tapped again? This is all you do? I love this. So he loses all that prowess on those spells, and he's going way down in cards. And I'm okay with all that. Very frustrating player to play against, though. Like, whew. Alright, next. All attack. Yeah, it's fine. We could have cast him, but I don't trust this guy at all. Okay, we can do this. Do this. Let's get rid of that. Dude. I have not been able to get this guy. Like, he just runs away every chance he gets. I am shocked. Alright. Obsessive Skinner. Unfortunately, I have to stick it there. Unfortunately, I have to pop that there. Unfortunately, I have to attack in order to keep some pressure, and I'm gonna have to chump block on the way back. I think I'd let the 3 go by. I mean, this guy lives on this game, right? Like, it's just crazy. There's nothing I can do. Very frustrating. We got him close, but he had so many bounce and control and bounce that we got owned. I mean, barely, but we got owned nonetheless. We did what we could. We got him down to 1 on the health category. 1 removal spell would have been amazing, and I think we only have a third of our deck as removal, and we didn't draw. We didn't draw any, but there you go. A removal spell, and we can't put a creature down. We have to take a mulligan. Oh, good. All of one color and all the other. Again. Unfortunately, We really need to fix the mana in this game, kids. They definitely have decided this game already. Unfortunately, I don't think we can even play. Like, what am I going to do? There's nothing I can do. So, we will be quitting this match after our, let's say, 6th card that we can't play. We currently have 4. Oh my god, a card I can play. Oh my god. It's fine. She transforms, right? Yeah. Ah! I think we hold on to that. I might want to throw that in there for whatever. Nothing in here excites me. I mean, yeah, putting the +1s would be cool, but I think I'd rather have the board presence with the Conduit of Storms. So we're going to hold on to it. It has a mana cost to transform, but it transforms up pretty big to a 5/4, which... And then you get 2 mana every time it attacks, 2 colorless mana, which can open up a lot if we had more than 1 green. We only have 1 green, which means we can't do anything with this anyway. 2 colorless mana ain't going to make anything happen. Watch out for the meld. We got a meld alert. We got a meld alert. Okay. I think we do this, right? And we do this to this, just to avoid any meld shenanigans. Also gives the deranged whelp an opportunity to get in there. It also puts a sorcery card in our delirium pile. So we're 1 step closer to delirium. We're going to all attack. There's nothing we can do with that mana, unfortunately. This game is miserable. I think it's this format. Like, this format is designed to just be like, why would you attack with 2? You know, you can only attack with 1. And if you do, it'll be a contest of how many, like, tricks do you have up your sleeve. Like, what the hell is that? There's nothing I can do. That's a terrible use of that. I think we just concede. I really do. I don't think that there's much I can get done in this game. I don't have the ability to cast any cards that make my board better. He's got a 7/7. Like, I don't have the ability to fight with that. He can just keep casting little guys and then sacrificing them. And I'm dead. I'm dead in the water. But we knew that going into that level. Like, there was no way. No way. I also knew this was going to be very, very frustrating. The play patterns are known by a lot of people right now, and when that happens, they know how to withhold the cards, when's the place to get the most amount of value, what to bring into the deck. Like, we don't. So we've got an incredibly aggressive player here. I think we're dead again. Nope, can't do that. Because the first strike kills us. I guess we gotta get rid of that. And I guess we gotta do something like that. Okay with this. I think this will help. We can stop the first striker now. We might be able to get rid of the Toppelgeist. We'll see. We'll see. He's only threatening 3 total damage, even though he's got 3 bodies that are out there. And we've got a creature, a land, a sorcery, and an instant, so we're currently at Delirium. I think we would do this. The travel preparations are pretty good, though. And the Murderer's Axe is something I could hold on to for later. So we'll do the travel preparations, and we'll stick one on each, just to make them much more formidable. The answer here would be a 2-for-1 with the Death Cab, and I totally dig that as an option. Yeah, I dig it as an option. That's going to make life tough. Okay, we're going to put this on. Need one more mana and put one more big body out. Okay, I'm dead. I'm just dead. Oh my god. Not much we could do. We're just not good. I actually felt like we had cards that might be able to survive under that situation. But unfortunately, that didn't. They didn't think I had the cards to survive into that situation either. So here we go. We may have just